everybody, it's almost Valentine's Day, so I thought it'd be fun to make a Hershey's Kiss Cake. I'm Elisa Strauss and we're mixing it up in the kitchen today. So to make our Hershey's Kiss, I'm using a decadent chocolate cake and a 4.5-inch ring to just cut out 3 circles. So I'll take my vanilla buttercream and put just a dab of filling to hold the bottom cake. And I'm going to stack them up. Now that I have the last layer on, I'll stick it in the freezer and just let it chill for about 15-20 minutes. Now we're ready to carve the cake. And remember, when you're making a Hershey's Kiss, you want it to be pointy at the top and bottom heavy. You want to give it a big tushy. I love making cakes that look like real-life objects. That's so much fun. Now that the cake is all carved, we're ready to frost it. So I have some vanilla buttercream ready to go. And when I work on small little cakes, they tend to slide around a lot. So I just put a little piece of drawer liner right there. All right, so I have my cake coated in the buttercream. I'm going to stick it back in the fridge, just do another little coat of icing to make it a little bit cleaner, and then we'll be ready for the rolled fondant. The cake is frosted in 2 layers of buttercream, and so we're ready to cover it with the fondant. So it's about 13 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and use a ring cutter just to get an even shape. And now what I'm going to do is just pinch on the edges. That way, when it goes on the cake, it won't leave an impression when we put the other piece of fondant over it. So now I'm going to take the chocolate piece and just put it on top. And then what I'm going to do is just cut it, just like this. I run the scalpel through, and I'm going to wrap it around. Now I'm ready to cover or enrobe the entire cake in the yellow fondant. And I know I just needed about 13 inches. And then just to get the general shape of the wrapper, I'm going to just cut a triangle off the top. So I'll just roll the fondant up onto itself. And I'm going to start in the front here. Just wrap it around. And remember, it's a wrapper. So if it's not perfect or it has some creases in it, that's exactly what you want. So I'm going to remove all the excess fondant, and then I'm going to go ahead and start making all the indentations to make it look like a real foil wrapper. And feel free to make all these different creases and pinches, because remember, you want it to look like thin tin foil. So the part that comes up over here, I kind of just keep folding over itself to create kind of like a ridge that's folded back. And we're going to make all the little embellishments and indents to give it the look of foil. So when I get to the back, I want it to look like all the foil is gathered. So I start making all these impressions in almost like a twisty manner. So once I finish all of these indents, I'll come back and I'll go ahead and paint it with the luster dust. I'll show it to you in just a minute. Now it's time to paint the cake. So I'm doing a gold kiss. So I have here some gold luster dust, and for the inside foil, I still want to paint it silver. So I'll just add some lemon extract into my silver luster dust. And I just want to create kind of like a thick paint. I don't want it too runny, but I don't want it too chalky. So I'm just going to start on the inside painting with the silver. And I want to be careful not to get too close to the chocolate. I'll probably switch to a smaller brush just to get it on the edges. All right, now I'm ready to switch to the gold for the outside wrapper. You can see how rich and beautiful it is. I love how the luster dust just makes it come to life, and all of those little indentations take on the look of foil. All right, so I'm done painting it, and I have one final detail to show you. One of the reasons I love this cake is that it's super easy to personalize. So to make a label, all I do is I rolled out some white gum paste. Then I want to make a strip, and you want to just pinch the edges. And if you don't have any letter cutters or blue gum paste, you can go ahead and use an edible food marker. But since I have these tappets, I thought it would be fun to use them on just some thin gum paste, and I can use them this way. I center the tappets right over a strip of gum paste. And then I press down, and then I shake it a little bit, and that's going to allow the letter to come out onto the tappet, just like that. And for the tappets, what you want to do is just tap it, and then it comes right out. And then I'll put some gum glue on the back. You just want to put a little bit. Okay, and then I can put all of them right on my label. There you have it, a mini Hershey Kiss cake that more than one person can enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And remember, all the equipment and ingredients are listed down below. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to show you another Valentine's Day treat next week. I'd love to hear from you, so leave me some comments or suggestions and I'll try to make it happen. I'm Elisa Strauss, and we're mixing it up in the kitchen today.